Well, hello, people. Welcome back. Well, it looks like we were right yet again. And so begins the backpedaling from all of those who backed the fraud and the liar, Kyle Curtis. In an effort to screw over Steve McRae, Kyle Curtis decided it was a wise idea to try and pull a fast one with the court, Steve McRae, and the NonSequitur fans. He thought it was perfectly fine to submit forged documents to the court to make it seem like he wasn't living where he was served. After this lie was exposed, the dumb fucks going against Steve McRae doubled down, saying Kyle had an ace up his sleeve, when in reality, he was just pulling random bullshit out of his ass. They said he could prove that he didn't forge any documents. He can prove that everything he submitted was legit. Well, after showing himself to be an untrustworthy piece of shit during his deposition, the judge gave him until November the 5th to submit documents that Curtis said he would provide that prove that he's not full of shit. And I said on Twitter shortly after that those documents do not exist and to remember the 5th of November. Sure as shit, November the 5th came and went with nothing submitted to the court. Imagine that. It was then clear what was going to happen next. And today, on November 20th, 2020, the judge ruled that service was proper, that Kyle Curtis failed to rebut the presumption of proper service, and in more appropriate language said that Kyle Curtis was untrustworthy. Well, no fucking shit. It's almost like we were right the entire time. The fight is not yet over. There's still more hoops we need to jump through, but those will come in time. However, one thing is done, and that is the bet I had with Daryl Frost. 3 months ago, this arrogant little shit bet me $1,000 that the service was improper. I was willing to bet $1,000 that the service was proper. I agreed and said that we should put $1,000 in the hands of a trust who will give the winner the entire pot. He refused over and over, even though he was the one that originally made the bet. Well, I'm hoping he isn't the typical unitard and will have some honor and pay up what he owes me. Sir, your bet, your $1,000, will go towards my move out of Florida because, let's face it, it's Florida. Or you can simply not pay me at all and confirm to everybody that you are not a man of your word and that you are in fact a coward. With that, I want to say thank you, Steve McRae. Thank you so fucking much. Thank you so much. Round of applause to Steve McRae, everyone. Round of applause. Yay! Yay! Fucking cheer, you bastards. Yay!
Not done fapping yet.
You told us to mute.
Yeah.
Don't give us conflicting orders. You know we don't do well with that. But yay!
Yay! Yay!
You're expecting some dishonest schmuck that couldn't accurately look at evidence that anybody with 2 working brain cells could see and see that Kyle was lying this entire time to be honest and pay your $1,000. You are a lot more optimistic about things than I will ever be. I assure you on that.
Just saying.
I had heard that he was going to bet me up to $3,000, but I did not get a hold of him.
Yeah, just so people are clear on something, I do want to show receipts for this. So 3 months ago, Daryl Frost on my video, McRae v. Curtis case review with OPT lawyer part 3. It's the pinned comment. I will take that $1,000 bet right now. And I was like, sure thing. How am I to contact you? And so yeah, Daryl, you can go ahead and pay me that $1,000 now, piece of shit.
Well, can I say something before it gets too far? Because, people I really want to see this thing have very short attention spans.
Sure.
Now, Jason, you made a claim a couple weeks ago that from a trusted source that got it straight from Kyle that he had a secret meeting with the judge. Never listen to your sources again. They have outright lied to you, just
That
always.
source the entire time was me. That's the twist. Feeding him false information.
Just I can't. It's like, oh, I had a secret meeting with the judge. Well, it obviously wasn't a very productive one. It wasn't very fruitful.
Let us remember, he actually had talked to the lawyer that was told that they logged into Kyle's computer to actually check these bank statements and verify they was true, and then put them in Discord where Minister Sobriety saw them firsthand that they were legit and saw in real time him logging in. None of which ever happened. To the shock of no one.
Complete bullshit. It was complete bullshit. And so Steve, please tell us, good sir, what did the judge actually submit in the dockets?
Well, I got to tell you, a lot could be read into this stuff, and in a very good way for us. There's obviously legalese why things are written the way they are, and I had to sit down with my lawyer and actually get some very specific details of what actually was going on. All good. Again, I'm not trying to sound like I'm disappointed we didn't get the contempt hearing. I understand why we didn't yet. It's going to happen. But he wants to give Kyle an opportunity to find another counsel before December 2nd, because anytime you have a pro se come in front of you, there's obviously going to be a little bit of issues possibly rise up. And straight up, what this judge is doing is he is preventing Kyle from having any possible exit strategy whatsoever. He doesn't want any possibility of anything. The appeal situation, he has made it so airtight that, if you remember, he had told Scotty Forbes Lee, by the way, she is no longer Kyle's lawyer. So that $5,000 that went to that, or $6,000 that went to that Unirock fraudulently convinced people to go fund, even though it was to defend somebody who was committing fraud. Thank you guys for that. Anybody who donated to that, thank you for giving to Kyle's fundraiser for that, because him getting a lawyer not only helped us with these things greatly, but it also gave us enough time to demonstrate that Kyle had submitted evidence.
Yeah, that's right. Round of applause for all the haters for spending their hard-earned money to help Steve McRae.
I really did appreciate it.
Speaking of Scotty Forbes Lee and all of the haters, Nate, remember how she was such a home run because she knows the judge? Why do you think she got the hell out of Dodge?
Yeah, that didn't work too well for her. Yeah, so let me wrap that up real quick. So if you remember, he had told Scotty Lee Forbes that, sure, your client can appeal, but your chances are severely low, very low. If you read carefully what he wrote, it went from low to almost pretty much non-existent, because he went with the strongest possible thing, which was the fact that he wasn't even living with Ben, right? Now, the reality is, had he been living with Ben, we still would have got proper service, because that was not in contention. As a matter of fact, it was noted very clearly in the court that was a non-factor. Scotty Forbes Lee admitted firsthand, it doesn't matter where he lived. That was not a relevant thing. However, because it was not a relevant thing, and the fact that his mom signed for it and he was living with her, there's no grounds to appeal. So basically what this judge did is basically shut down any possibility of appealing the judgment. Not that Kyle would anyways. And so this was all to basically tell Kyle, hey, you know what? You wasted our time. We are going to screw you so bad eventually you don't know what's going to hit you, is the way I was reading this.
And with us is the sexiest man alive, Benjamin Potts. How's it going, good sir?
Why does he get my title? That's not fair.
Fuck you, Steve.
I've been around longer.
Fuck you, Steve. Benjamin Potts, how you doing?
You have to unmute.
Unmute yourself, man. Unmute.
He's so sexy, he can't even use a mic.
Yeah, we got to hear you, dude.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Hey, everyone.
I'm too sexy for this mic. Too sexy for this mic. I can't unmute it.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve. I didn't mean to usurp your title.
Nah, whatever. It's okay, man. You deserve it.
Ben, own it. Own it. Just run
Work
away
it,
with
man.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Work it. There's enough sexiness to go around here.
Dude, this has been so great. After all this was done, I gave Benjamin a call and I was like, dude, we fucking did it, and it was great. And I was like, you gotta be free. It's like, yeah.
Only dumb people.
Well, it's not just dumb; it's dishonest. I mean, I'm going to be doing a hangout about 5 o'clock Pacific, 2 hours from now, and I'm going to be showing some of the comments that didn't age well from people that weren't it's not just stupid; they were outright being dishonest.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
Spoiler
No,
alert,
it's
Steve.
okay. They've already
Spoiler alert,
backpedaled into the oblivion of Steve and his medical fraud.
I was
Spoiler
like,
alert, Steve.
I was-
The comments
I
that
was
didn't age well,
dying.
all of them.
all of them didn't age well. Yes, there are so many that didn't age well, but I have a few that stand out, and I also going to be showing some emails between Kyle and I. So once and for all, people can shut the fuck up about the contracts and the 50-50. I have it all in our emails. He makes it very clearly we have a partnership, and
Yeah.
people can just anybody ever brings up anything again about us having no partnership, just they're ignored. I'm not even going to deal with them. They don't deserve my time.
Well, as of right now, Benjamin, because of all the shit that you had to go through because of this nonsense, I do want to get your take on everything. So, just how are you feeling about this whole fucking thing, and also the fiasco that you had to go through?
Well, I guess it's kind of mixed emotions, you know. I think it's funny because even friends of mine would be like, any news on the case, because it took so long to get, any update or whatever. But mine's a little bit different from some people because it's like, I know what's going to happen. Like, it became blatantly obvious long ago that like all the cards are falling into place. It's like, what are y'all expecting? Like, I know what's going to happen. I'm just waiting for it to happen. Like, I'm telling the truth. I know Steve's telling the truth. Like, we're just waiting for the judge to come out and like confirm it. And I was dying, like reading the order today, and I was like going through, and there was so much sassiness. Like, basically, Kyle's failed to do this. Kyle's, he said in his deposition he would provide things, which he has not. And then it's like at the end, a big fat bold denied. I was like, it wasn't a surprise to me. It was more like relief. My relief will come more whether it's turned over to criminal charges, because my stake is more in that one. Because
There's a couple of different things possible in that, which we'll get into.
Committed forgery with my name on it. So
I know there's going to be criminality. It's just
so
how they
mine's
go about
still
doing
to be determined.
What do you think? What do you think, Ben, of the fact that, by the way, for people who may not know, and Ben obviously knows this, but we got our Amazon subpoena back, and the Amazon subpoena was very clear that the account that Kyle submitted to the court saying that he had shipped something to Ben's address on August 8th was in fact on January 1st, 2020, not August 8th, 2019. So again, unless Kyle had invented time travel, we knew that was a lie. The account had not even been created until December 24th of 2019, several months after what he had submitted to the court. Now, we already knew this, and that will go on as far as criminal charges. That will come into play. It's too late to give to the court for this because all motions are closed on it, except for the pending ones. But Ben knew this was true. Ben, it's his house he got shipped to.
Yeah.
I mean, of all people that would know if the story was true or not, it would be Ben. And so when you have people like Unirock trying to defend people like Kyle, and we know the truth.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? It's like, oh yeah, Benjamin, what makes you such a fucking expert? And his response is like, I live here, asshole.
Yeah, right.
I have a
checked my
question.
mail.
I have a question for Ben concerning this. How big of a box of Pop Rocks was it?
It was not very big at all. It was like 2 miniature packets.
If it was for Kyle, it wouldn't
And
need very
for
much.
any of you like freaky people out there, they never got used. Let me just clarify that.
I actually also have a question in regards to some other bullshittery that was floating around since, you lived there, asshole. Was there a shooting at your house anytime in the recent past? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Didn't think so. Imagine that.
I was surprised to hear that. Actually, it's funny because he reported that after I had ended things, so he wasn't even. Obviously he was lying about it, but he wasn't even here. So I was confused. I was like, at his mom's house?
Is somebody taking notes, by the way?
Right.
Chess, do you have a list of all the things that they've lied about? I mean, do you have like a master list? Do we have one somewhere?
Steve,
The list
You do
the
not
master
pay
list.
me enough to keep track of all of that shit.
Right?
You got paid more than I got from NonSequitur. Shut up.
Steve,
Here-
I will let you know this now. A compilation is being done just by one of the voices that was parroting some of the stuff. And we are already at 10 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Of outright,
And we're not even
lies.
done yet.
I mean, because think about every narrative they had. It has been confirmed now that everything that Kyle and Unirock and that whole clan had been saying were wrong. Nate Brody got everything wrong. Menace Sobriety got everything wrong. Agrippa got everything wrong.
No shit.
What else is there to say on this except that they were complete shitlords, and I have my reputation back, and they can kiss my ass.
It's like when you were asking Cheshire, do you have like a master list of all the shit that they lied about and got wrong? And like, there is not enough paper and ink in the world to print out all the shit that they got wrong.
It is a lot. I mean, it's actually creatively so a lot.
To be fair, there's like a portion of it that is just rewording of the same stuff. So if you were to like maybe try and suss out anything that's new and not count at just instead of counting individual times that they've lied, just the individual lies.
How about me creating the subpoenas?
So basically, what Cheshire is saying is, in order to get enough paper, we may not have to chop down 6 Amazon rainforests, maybe just 2 or 3.
Somebody of note has already dropped back to Medi-Cal.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody's bringing that shit up again.
It's like, this shit didn't work. Let's revert back to the other shit we were bitching about.
Triple, quadruple down on shit that's already been disproven? That's brilliant.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. Oh, that didn't work? Well, back to square one, I guess.
Back to this,
There's not
okay.
enough rum in my glass.
Hey, by the way...
Special thanks to God's auditor, by the way.
Hey, what happened? We're missing somebody.
Yes, we're missing the Astronomy Live because that motherfucker still isn't back from work yet because, he has this job, hashtag not a real coder. So he'll be here eventually, but as of right now, he's not here, but he will be.
That's another thing. All the coding stuff that Unirock and his crack team of coders got wrong.
Oh, my fucking God. So basically, it turns out that the video that he supposedly debunked was correct. My video that he supposedly debunked, his crack team of coders debunked. Apparently, they didn't debunk shit because they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Imagine that. It's almost like I was right the entire time.
Do you think that if they had debunked it in any regard, that video that they did debunking it would have been submitted at some point?
It's
as evidence?
It's amazing.
Possible,
it's amazing. They claim to do so much stuff, and yet it never sees the light of day. I wonder why that is.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. There is something about it called a metaphysical impossibility. And without invoking time travel, it is a metaphysical fact, because it's been confirmed, that the bank account had not been opened until October of 2019. So any statement prior to that does not exist. Never has existed. So anything from August that Kyle submitted was clearly forged, which, by the way, Uni got all that wrong, because remember, nobody uses the date format like this. Yes, they do in the data matrix. But the whole evidence that we have shown, he submitted false evidence, and so there's no way of getting out of that. So even if they would have shown that what Ruhiv did was wrong, or that wasn't evidence of forgery, the mere fact that the account did not exist until 2 months after he submitted something, he submitted an August statement that for an account that didn't exist till October. That in itself, in a court of law, is overwhelming evidence of forgery. Or
Uni's crack team of coders bullshit.
No, they are a crack team, not
crack
coder.
team.
Crack team.
Yes. Oh, but speaking of hashtag not a coder, Astronomy Live. How's it going? Come on, dude. You can do this. You can do this.
You can do it. And I'm telling you, mutes.
We're all professionals here.
I have faith in you. You were able to capture the space station with Dragon attached. You can figure this shit out. Come on, Astronomy Live. We have faith in you.
Well, he is a communist, so are we sure that he can?
We're trying.
He might.
It's
he
Russian
does need
space station, American space station, all parts made in China.
He does need state approval before he can do certain things.
It says that there's too many in the call, so it won't let him activate his microphone.
Oh,
That's
bullshit.
odd. Never seen that before.
I've never seen that before.
Well, today Google did do something interesting with Hangouts. They made everything switch over to Meet instead of Hangouts. And
Not in Canada.
Now I do have I do have the full meats, but we would have to all switch over.
Yeah, we ain't doing
Yeah,
that shit.
same here.
Let's try this. Let's get someone who's not important out of the call. Steve, can you do me a favor and leave the call real quick?
Yeah, I can drop for you.
I can leave.
Oh, Benjamin, no. See, you're too sexy and awesome and gorgeous and beautiful to leave. So I'm gonna need you to like stay.
How about Red's drops?
Oh, fuck you guys. So all I'm saying is,
Draw straws. Who's gonna get voted off the island?
it's Steve.
Survivor. There can only be one.
You know what? We could put it up to the audience to vote. I've done that before.
That is not a good idea.
Really
This is
funny.
not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. Steve, get the fuck out real quick.
It's communism. We all have to leave.
Just let me know when I come back.
Okay.
All right. Is my microphone working now?
Yes.
Yay!
See, Steve was the problem. I fucking told you guys.
That's weird. Yeah, it didn't like the number of people in the call. I was just the straw that broke that camel's back. I'm very sorry, but I'm hashtag not a real coder, so I can't fix it.
Yeah. So Astronomy Live, please tell us your reaction to being hashtag not a real coder and apparently your shit being debunked only to be confirmed after it was debunked by UniRock's crack team of coders.
Oh, this is a beautiful vindication of what I did and what Ruhif did, and the judge even said it there in the documents. I read them briefly, kind of skimmed them, and it did indicate that the judge was aware that the address had been changed on the Discover PDF. Hello, this is what we've been saying for how long now? Months. Starting with the discovery of the barcode discrepancy and how, supposedly Uni and his crack team of people had hard proof that this was a common occurrence, that they had other examples of, yet I never once saw any of these examples provided. I never once saw the evidence shown that indicated that this was a normal occurrence in other people's accounts too. I mean, it didn't happen with mine. I checked my own bank statement.
Yeah.
That did not exist. Like, it was in perfect agreement. Even when my address changed, this was the other narrative they tried to run, which was, oh, well, if you change your address, it won't update the barcode right away. Or it will show a discrepancy because it will update the address on your statements, but not the barcode, or something like that. And so I've changed addresses fairly recently. I went back and looked at statements from before my address changed. Nope, it still shows the old addresses on my old statements, and the barcode corresponds to my old address.
Oh, wow. That's shocking.
What a concept. Now, I don't have a Discover card, to be fair, but I don't see why Discover would operate any differently. Why would Discover go back and alter your old statements to reflect your new address? That doesn't make any sense. Or why would Discover only alter the address and not the barcode? That makes even less sense. So none of these narratives made any sense. They never provided any proof. And it turns out at the end it's all a lie, and we were right all along. And then, of course, you have the kicker of the text edits that were in the document that showed he used Adobe to make these edits. And, we replicated that repeatedly and showed from start to finish, here's us downloading the PDF from the court website. There's no room for tampering in between there. That chain of custody comes straight from the court website to us. Before that, who submitted it? Kyle. So the only excuse there, I guess, is that Kyle submitted documents that someone else forged on his behalf. I'm sorry, he's still the one who submitted it. He's still responsible. If you want to try to mince words about
somebody under the bus for that, I'm gonna be so happy. I will probably pee a little. I'm not gonna lie.
It was the dog he disowned in his deposition that did it.
Oh, wow.
Okay, no, but I do need to know, is that his mom's dog, or is that his dog, or is it
No, it's
their
his dog. It's his
He
dog.
actually threw his dog under the bus?
I've heard him talk so many times about his dog, Archie.
Archie, that's the name.
Yeah.
I forgot the name for a second. I was like, yeah, it's Archie.
It's interesting you bring that up because
Could you
he
imagine
actually,
if I said Puck's not my dog?
Kyle actually tried to give me advice on how to calm Dexter down during a thunderstorm because we talked to dog when, he's like, wrap him up in one of these blanket things that he has for Archie. He loved that dog. He threw it under the bus.
So it's actually really sad, but just like I guess an extra insight into my life. So obviously my dog Thomas is my entire world, and I got Thomas, rescued him right as he was a puppy, right before I actually met Kyle. And during the whole Kyle saga, my dog started he was the sweetest dog since I got him. He used to play with other puppies like no problem. During like the course of my relationship with Kyle, my dog Thomas, who's the sweetest dog ever, started exhibiting aggression towards other dogs, and I told Kyle repeatedly that I was due to the toxicity of our relationship. And as soon as I got rid of Kyle, I've gradually gotten him so much better. So he is not the dog whisperer. So I would take
the dog is in recovery.
The dog is like, oh, the piece of shit is gone. Oh, about time.
Oh,
it's fascinating because I never tried wrapping Dexter up in a blanket, and I'm glad I didn't, because that's not a good idea.
No, I told him over and over. I was like, he witnesses this between us, and he goes out and he thinks that that's normal. And he'd tell me, no, dogs just do that. And I was like, no, dogs take after their owners. And he'd be cowering in the corner when Kyle is manic, and I was like, you see, yeah. So, anyways, sorry, little story.
Somebody in the chat named Orange Man Rad asked why. What did he say specifically? He asked, "Why did Uni go full ass-tard?"
I don't know. Oh wait, I know this because Steve McRae disagreed with him once. He disagreed with Unirock once about a bitch that shall remain unnamed, but is currently getting sued for $5 million.
Actually, it wasn't the fact I disagreed with him. What it was straight up when we were in his Discord, and Manya and I listened to him tell us exactly this, that he did not care what he put out was true or not. He only wanted to put shit out, and he said, I say whatever's my mind. It could be right or wrong. I don't care. People watch anyways. And we were like, well, that's not how we do things. And he's like, well, I'll make a video, and if I get stuff wrong, you make a video, and I'll make a video response. I'm like, I don't play those kind of games. You were dishonest. And that's what happened. Like, you can literally ask Manya. That is exactly the conversation that occurred.
I could totally believe that, Steve, because that's what he tried to do with me. That's exactly what he tried to do with me.
I'm not even exaggerating at all. It's pathetic, and I'm not going to play those types of games. And I told him to shove it. I'm like, you. I'm not going to be like, you're putting out misinformation. No, that's not going to happen.
So the whole reprehensible bitch that shall remain unnamed for this hangout. She was just a springboard for Uni, huh?
Yeah. I think a lot of things are springboards for Uni. What Uni does is Uni goes into different communities, and he tries to siphon from off them. People have noticed this for years. If you go to the Phoenix Enigma, there's a whole write-up on him. This is what he does. Now he's trying to get into the commentary community, which has nothing to do with him. So he'll throw anybody under the bus if he thinks it'll help him get ahead. There's no such thing as loyalty with Uni. It is what is best for him to get drama so he can make video and make vape juice money and Red Bull money. That's all it is for him. Straight up. That's it. Anything else is irrelevant when it comes to Unirock.
That's what happens when you're not a productive member of society, Uni.
And you just got a super chat confirming.
Yep. Thank you, Manya.
I would appreciate the hustle if there was like any kind of integrity to it, but there isn't, so I don't.
And that's the thing. Look, I have no problem with commentary accounts. A lot of them will just, they'll look through Twitter, they'll find some stuff, and they'll comment on it. They don't go digging, they don't do background checks, and they certainly do not make up stuff. Unirock has a whole Discord where he doesn't do any of his own research. He has people come in, they just make up stuff on the fly, literally make up stories and see if they can get away with running them and people will believe it. That's what he does.
Yep, exactly. Also, I did want to switch it over to Astronomy Live real quick. So, Astronomy Live, question. You made a video that was posted on my channel where you went through the process of editing a PDF document to show these edits. Can you once again explain for all the non-coders out there how you determined that Kyle was full of shit?
Sure. So I basically, full credit to Ruhif, I basically replicated his method. And I just wanted to sort of show on top of, here's proof that there were text edits. Let's replicate the text edit process. So basically what I did is used just a few lines of Python code that extract the code out of the PDF to be able to look at any possible edits that occurred to it. So I extracted the text right away. I think Ruhif put the PDF through a parser that would try to remove some extraneous code, but I didn't even bother with that step. I just took it straight into Python from downloading it from the court website, extracted the text that shows the brackets of what font was used. It shows where Adobe text edits have occurred, and when Adobe text edits are used, it puts in this text edit tag on that block of code over the whole block. So if you make any changes to that block of text, it will put that flag on that block of text. So I showed that yes, if you download his PDF of his Discover card statement on the block of text that corresponds to his address, there is the touch-up text edit mark on it. I didn't even go into all the other touch-up text edits that are all throughout the PDF. I just focused on that address because that's what is shown there on the court website, and that's kind of the crux of the argument that he was trying to make, is that he lives somewhere else. And then I basically took one of the other PDFs from the court website, a different docket, ECF 42, which didn't have any touch-up text edits on that first page that I looked at, and I created one. I took it into Adobe Acrobat Pro using a trial account and altered the text field that showed his name, Kyle's name, and I changed forger of documents and saved it, loaded it through the same program, and voila, now there are touch-up text edits there that show that block of text has been altered. I also did another video that wasn't on your channel, I don't think. I uploaded it to BitChute as a sort of a follow-up because Uni, was making these claims about it, saying, well, he put on this song and dance, but he didn't. One of the first things Uni said was that I needed to show a step-by-step process. That's exactly what I did from the beginning.
You could break it down to the simplest fucking steps, and he would still say, "Oh, that's too complicated."
No, here's the thing. Uni doesn't care what you do. It's all to get you to jump through hoops. Why do you think I didn't respond to him for a year? He just wants people to jump through hoops. That's all it is. He doesn't care.
Now this is a clear demonstration. And this is a clear demonstration that Unirock doesn't give a flying fuck about the facts. Basically, he only cares about making drama, and he will make it out of complete bullshit if he has to. Whatever helps him get his fucking vape juice and Red Bull. Cheshire, what you were saying?
I was saying that as long as you're jumping through his hoops, it's content for him.
Bingo. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's what it's all about, generating content.
And there's another facet here. His response gave the illusion that he actually watched your video. Yeah, no, bullshit. He never does.
Those are the first words.
He does. No, think about what he just did. What was it? A week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago on Augie's, going after Creepshow because of her fucking title.
Yeah.
And admitted in that conversation, no, I didn't watch all your video.
Yeah,
Bitch,
that was pathetic.
He didn't even watch 5 minutes of it.
And by the way, fun fact, Scripture Art sent me that video after it was already done, before she even released it, unlisted. And she's like, you want to check for any inconsistencies or anything, like factual stuff. She was concerned if, she wanted things to be factual. I respect that. I don't have any beef with her. She has no beef with me. She had a popular video with me, and I'm like, hey, knock yourself out. You're a YouTuber. She made some money off some swag too, and I'm like, well, give me fucking 5% of it or something. But no, I had no input on that video whatsoever.
That was a joke, by the way. If some people didn't catch on to that, who are socially inept.
The 5% swag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Totally.
And all of this so that Unirock can get some vape juice and Red Bull.
It's money well spent.
Money well spent. All of that vape juice, all of that sweet, succulent vape juice.
I gotta ask you guys. Okay, granted, there's going to be people that just going to give him money because he wanted to shit on me for a year, and people gave Kyle money for like a year. Why do people still do it now?
I guess their hate for you is.
But he's not even talking about me any longer. Why would anybody? If they know he's full of shit, they know he's incompetent.
because they can still goad him into talking about you, to you, or in any way, shape, or form, which strokes their own ego and
Weird.
strokes their own hate boner. That is what these people are about.
Their
You
hate
got-
boner is so long and hard that it reaches into their wallet.
Speaking of
Yeah, I
which, do
scrolled
we know
through
how much?
7 minutes.
Speaking of which, do we know how much money he's raised for his criminal fund case?
Well, no, you
Well, and-
hasn't started that fundraiser yet. but
And that's what's
Timo.
kind of funny because
That
the
is
judge is giving,
actually against GoFundMe's
It
terms
is.
of service.
Oh, wow.
the judge has given him till December 2nd to find counsel, but it's not for any kind of defense. It is for the contempt of court hearing because again, he'd rather have somebody with a lawyer for contempt of court hearing rather than pro se. But if he gives him every opportunity to get one and he doesn't, he'll be just as hard. Well, he's going to be hard on him. I can tell you right now, Kyle shows up, and this is no big secret, so it's not giving anything away. If Kyle shows up, Kyle's not going home that night. He knows this. So I think Kyle's probably not going to show.
Be able to find a lawyer that's going to be willing to take him on.
Oh, good
That's
luck.
gonna be a challenge. Like
well,
what lawyer would look at this case and be like, "Oh yeah, I want
disagree
Kyle."
though, and let me tell you why I think they disagree. Lawyers get paid to do a job. They're not there to pass judgment, and they know. Granted, when you lie to a lawyer and one's already withdrawn, that looks really bad.
Yeah.
But if you could find a lawyer that just says, "You want to just pay me $5,000 to go in front of the judge and say yes, my client's going to do this, and if he doesn't, I'm going to take the $5,000 and walk away." Okay.
So it's basically just representation on paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because look,
I can
you
see
need
that
a-
happening then.
Reds, do you need a law degree to tell? I mean, look, there's only one thing that a lawyer is going to tell Kyle: comply with a court order or go to jail. That's all your options are. And so, do you need a law degree to do that? No, anybody can tell Kyle this, but Kyle's not going to listen to that.
And go to jail.
Well, no, go to prison. He won't go if he complies with the court order. He won't go to jail. He'll still go to prison, probably.
Speaking of prison, just remember, guys, hashtag no BK in prison is still alive and active, and I thank all of you guys for sending me pictures of your meals at BK. It has been fucking hilarious. Please keep it up.
My
Hashtag I win the internet.
Yeah.
Just so we get
Bulls did win it.
Just so we get it on record here, Reds, you do owe me a Whopper. Do you know?
Absolutely, I owe you a
and I want the
Whopper.
meal too. I don't want this to sandwich, you cheap shit.
Oh, I'm gonna make.
I might get some McNuggets or something with it and soda and.
So you want
Wait,
you
did
want
you
the
just say
whole meal?
He said McNuggets. He said McNuggets.
Wait, you said McNuggets?
Oh yeah, whatever they call it. They don't call
Fucking
it McNuggets.
heresy.
Whatever, they're same shit.
This is why we can't get a sponsorship, Steve.
No loyalty to product placement.
Jeez.
We would be like getting a Pepsi commercial and I'd be drinking a Coke.
Well, actually, just to be clear on this,
You'd have a Coca-Cola shirt on.
just to be clear about this, after Bull tweeted out his BK meal with the hashtag no BK in prison, Burger King actually responded and be like, "Oh, we're happy that you enjoyed your meal." It was fucking hilarious. I was like,
That was awesome.
Bullinator right then and there just won the internet. So basically, at this point, it's as soon as we get NonSequitur back, we should immediately go for a BK sponsorship.
That hashtag is hilarious. If you go look at just the hashtag photos, just click it,
It is
people.
hilarious.
Click it.
Click
Do
that
it.
shit. Oh boy. So what we're gonna have to do now is we're gonna have to catch up on all these super chats that are coming in.
Ooh,
But
can you give me enough time to go get another drink? Because I'm just about done.
okay, yeah, fine. Go ahead and get another
I'm just having
drink, and
coffee.
then
Bring me one.
we will tackle the super chats. But I also want to give it to Bullinator because hashtag what about Bull? Bull, how are you feeling about this situation that Kyle now finds himself in?
Well, I mean, it's not really surprising that the judge did this at all. Like, that's what's so funny about it, because everybody's like, "Hey, no." This was obvious months and months and months ago. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
It really is. It's fucking sad as hell.
All of this for a YouTube channel that Kyle Curtis said he didn't care about.
Didn't care about it.
and he's willing to go to
for the
jail over it.
convenience of Steve.
Yeah, isn't that the weirdest part? I mean, he doesn't care about the channel. He didn't care about the fans. He
literally
didn't care about.
doing it.
Yeah,
He's doing it to spite you, Steve. That's
perfectly fine. He's looking at 5 years in prison, maybe. I'm okay with that.
Yep. It's ridiculous what he's put on the line for a way to spite you that much longer.
And let me make sure that I'm recalling this, but I didn't have any charges. I had nothing from the court saying that I did anything wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the one looking at multiple felonies here, correct?
Nope.
Okay, just wanted to make sure on that because, reasons.
It's like this. It's like he didn't give a fuck about the channel, so he actually didn't care to drive that shit into the ground at 500 miles an hour like a Boeing 737 MAX 8. But he cares so much about pissing you off, Steve. He cares. Here's the thing. He thinks that keeping the channel away from you is pissing you off so much.
I just want to see him in prison.
He is more than willing. He is more than willing to go to jail to piss you off.
But it's so funny because he walked right into it. I literally have been telling. I'm not even fronting. I didn't ask Glenn this. I said to my lawyer, my goal is to get Kyle in prison. I don't care about anything else at this point. It's all secondary.
Yeah.
I'm not being. I'm not trying to be retributive. I'm not trying to be, somebody who's being vindictive. Kyle fucked a lot of people over, and Kyle. The only way Kyle's going to learn anything from this experience is by prison. And there needs to be some kind of retribution of this. Absolutely.
Just my opinion as somebody who was obviously up close and personal with Kyle.
We feel bad for you on that still, by the way. But go ahead.
We all? I think it goes a lot deeper too than just like not giving a fuck about the channel and just wanting to piss Steve off. I think like Kyle's middle name is aloof. Like he loves to act like he is above everything, and he was always acting like he's above the YouTube fans. He's above the YouTube channel.
Rules don't apply to him.
You noticed that, did you?
So it goes back to that whole narcissism. He got to the point where he thought he was above the court system, and he's just out here doodling, and he's submitting shit to like the court that I'm like, that's not like you. I mean, good job on your photo editing skills, but this is serious shit now. But he acts like he's aloof, and like everything is beneath him.
And isn't it kind of odd that when I had called out that he was a personified narcissist, that Bull and I had been kind of we knew about this early on. I mean, we figured this out when Kyle wouldn't wear an earpiece because it would mess with his hair. We thought things, and again, that's not true narcissism if you really look at the psychopathy of it. But it was definitely something along those lines. What?
That's vain.
Yeah, it's vain. He was very vain.
Very vain.
But it got us thinking. But it's got us thinking. Right. And we've done so many videos on my own channel on narcissism that when Kyle tried to project that and saying that, oh, Ben's a narcissist, Steve's a narcissist, we're the bad guys. And we're like, what?
Everyone except himself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Bullinator's a lying bigot and a homophobe and all this other shit.
Really?
It's so funny.
Really?
He acts like
What?
he's a shit, but literally he's like a 2-year-old. I know you are, but what am I? Like, that's like, you're so juvenile. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, he even said, I have, by the way, I'll be saying, I'll be showing screenshots tonight of Kyle actually saying things like, oh, it's been confirmed that I live with Ben, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, none of which obviously age well, but it's just like, that's what he was trying to portray. And that's what he was going to the Discord to lie to people about. And I'm sorry, straight up, if you believed Kyle after all this stuff had come out, you do not ever deserve to call yourself a skeptic.
Yeah. And also, Bull, question.
Not you, by the way.
Did Kyle ever ask you to lie for him?
Yes.
So where the fuck does Kyle get off calling you a liar?
Wow.
It's pretty shitty.
He's lying about me saying the lie and lying.
He was lying about the lie that he told me to lie for him.
So, Ben, we're doing a cooking show, right?
It doesn't even make sense.
Do you want
to figure out a name?
Part of that?
What?
Do you want to make drinks part of that?
Yes. Craft cocktails by pot.
You guys really should.
With one two. Compliments to Unirock for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Reg, check your messages.
Well, we should
All right.
make a Unirock drink.
Do what?
We said we should make a Unirock drink.
Oh yes, yes.
You know,
Got to be the sourest thing ever that you've tasted. You just want to spit it out.
Like,
sour and
very
salty.
sour.
It should be DMT, to be fair, is what it should be.
It's made with
I feel
salt
like I'm
water
on
and
LSD
cabbage
whenever I
juice.
listen to him talk. It's like that's
It should be DMT. Just saying.
Chesh, a drink like that already exists.
Called Jilly
Jillian Early has made it.
Yeah, but with alcohol in it, though.
Jelly juice with alcohol.
right.
Makes shit
Still
a
not
lot
fucking
better.
worth it.
Would you like to appear on an episode of Dr. Phil? Just drink this shit.
Do you want to be hungover as hell because you're dehydrated and have diarrhea all in the same night? Boom!
Here's hemlock.
Actually, what we should do.
Try that instead.
What
It's
we
much
should do
faster.
is create a potion that's named after Unirock that you use to poison people that you hate.
Oh.
That'd be very fitting.
So I gotta start regrowing nightshade in my backyard.
There you go, or arsenic or something. Like
Look who decided to join us. Look at this lovely lady here.
Sup, everybody?
Hi, Manya.
Fuck. Scared the shit out of me, Manya.
Manya don't mess around when she makes an entrance.
Yeah.
Manya, tell us what's on your mind.
Fuck you, Jason. How about that?
We're off
Let's
to a
start
great
from
start.
there. Fuck you, Jason. Fuck you, Kyle. Fuck everyone who have been stroking their hate boners and supporting a fraud just to stroke their hate boners. And I'm actually glad now they're just begging for scraps to stay relevant in this scenario.
That's a good point. You know what? You're right on that. You are right on that. It is. I mean, even Brody is like literally doing scraps. Saying, "Oh well," somebody sent me a screenshot, something like, "Oh well, yeah, Steve won this, but he didn't win anything," kind of thing. Nothing important or nothing. So whatever he said, I'm like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "Yeah, okay." The guy that said we didn't have a contract to begin with, the guy that said that I knew that. By the way, Brody actually said, Ben, that I knew Kyle was living with you the entire time, and they ran this narrative that I tried sending it to the original service to his mom's house rather than your house to try to get a default judgment, planning ahead long term. And I'm like, okay, first of all, if I was that Machiavellian, good for me, but but no, that never happened. That whole narrative of me sending the service to the quote wrong address. Guess what? Kyle lied about that.
And
then
guess
he
what? It
did
came
a
out in the
video that he
deposition.
edited.
He was literally at his house the day it arrived, too.
Yeah, he was coming to his house.
I would like people to after this hangout, go ahead and watch the deposition of Kyle Curtis. It's on my channel. We had Kyle's part voiced by robot Gilbert Gottfried, thanks to Astronomy
And it
Live.
was perfect.
Yeah, thanks Astronomy Live for that, because Astronomy Live did all the work making.
Thank you.
Yeah, Astronomy Live did all the work on that. I just stitched it all together, but yeah, Gilbert Gottfried. But anyway, a question was asked to Kyle, was like, hey, how would Steve know that you had moved if you never, fucking told him? And it was like, well, I know that he knew, but how would he have known if you never told him? And
I'm pretty sure so you never told him, absolutely not. Why would I do that?
Yes, right. Absolutely not. Why would I do that? And then he said this, and I'm going to try and remember what he said word for word. Well, on the internet, it's that, on the internet, people be talking all the time with people to people and, peer to peer, because text messaging exists and, internet community. Fucking atheists. Fucking Unirock be talking shit back and forth. Therefore, it originally got back to Steve McRae because gayfish.
That was a classic moment. I think that most underrated classic moment, and I think it was so underappreciated. You guys got to remember that these depositions were to show credibility, because Kyle said that he didn't get the papers. It wasn't to show whether he was living with his mom or Ben. That really wasn't the issue.
That's the best part.
Well, hang on. But the issue was a credibility issue because he had said a year later that he decided to change his story that he didn't get the papers. And in the deposition, my lawyer showed a screenshot of him talking to Katie Joy saying that he had gotten papers from the court. And when my lawyer asked him about it, his response was he had lied to Katie about it. On a deposition about credibility, he's telling my lawyer that he lied.
That was awesome. That was
the most underrated part of that deposition.
They're just throwing everybody under the bus. Disowned dog, disowned friend.
Now,
you generally don't want to say that you've lied in a deposition, even if it's
his mom.
Got a couple of
That's not my mom.
Well, Steve, speaking of credibility and getting back to another target that had come up a few moments ago, I know he's going to see this and hear some of this, and I just have one question for Mr. Brody. If you were so confident in your analysis and everything of the case up to this point, why did you remove the vast majority of the videos you've done on him from your channel?
Yeah, he didn't want. The reason being is his channel got a little large because some video that he had on somebody, and he didn't want those people coming to his channel.
See that he was full of shit.
And he was one of the most disreputable, dishonest people on the internet, and I stand by that opinion. I actually have things from Nate way back when, because people may not remember. I know Nate a very long time. And he was like, "Oh, I'm only keeping this going because people want me to fight you to the death," kind of this stuff. And I have
because he's a puppet for other people.
Yeah, that's all he is. And I even have some screenshots of me leaving comments on his videos. This video is a hatchet job. You took things out of context.
It's so sad, isn't it? Like these people can't come up with their own content to earn money on YouTube, that they have to go after other people. It's so sad. How long do you think it's going to sustain? How long do you think it's going to sustain?
I mean, it's not going to sustain. It's that terribly difficult to come up with content either. I can do it, and I've got a 62 IQ.
Well, it's coming up with content is fine, but Brody lies for content. And he's like, well, Steve knew that Kyle was living with Ben, and then you have like Unirock saying, oh, well, Ben's out, confirmed. Ben's out. He's done.
I mean,
we knew that wasn't the case.
So I went ahead. I went and found it. I went and found it. Hang on, because someone was asking, and I want to make sure I get this shit right. So this is the actual word for word what was said in the deposition. Question. So would he have any way of knowing that you did not live there at the time this case was filed? Answer: yes. Question: and how would he have known? Answer: well, online, everybody knows everything that you do with the way that Steve and I and the community, whether I would be talking to people, he's talking to people. It got back to him, which is, I think later will show that he was aware that I have moved, yes.
I was aware that he had told people that he moved after he was served, and that's why I said I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, Lord!
I knew that he moved, but I was referring to I knew that he moved based upon what he told people in October. It was like October 9th when he went on the Discord and started talking about that kind of stuff.
But I was like, what is... I feel very sorry for the person who had to type all this shit out in real time.
That was hard.
Yeah, she must have been like
enjoying themselves.
She was like, don't laugh, don't laugh.
She's like, I would be doing this for free. This is
no, she
and the other thing,
she was able to have herself muted. So
the other thing is people should note is that Unirock, and again, you got 400 people that will forever remember this, I hope. Unirock said that I had been back in February, that I had messaged him and we had talked. That came out in court with full records that I had never communicated ever with Ben until September 6th. It was Sunday. Was it
Labor Day weekend?
Labor Day weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, when Ben had done a tweet and I responded and I DM'd him, confirmed it was him because one of who he had on his friends list, somebody that I know, and I confirmed him on Facebook that day. But when they were saying, oh, well, Ben and Steve, they were talking since February and, he was waiting to the last minute.
That's his way of making you jump through the hoops. Like anyone jump through the hoops. He will come up with a lie and you have to go and then clarify or give context or give evidence to clear that lie. Before I know Shesh wants to say something, but I just want to ask one question. I'm very curious to know. Yeah, it's very obvious. Ben, you don't have to answer this if you're not comfortable with it. But what was the time period around which Kyle started like stalking you, like wanting to come back and saying I miss you, blah 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 blah. What was that time? Or like, do you
All
remember
the
that time
time.
period?
Sending you flowers
the
and
whole
shit.
time.
Every day.
So-
The whole time?
No, I mean, well, yeah. Well, officially, like this, I guess classification of stalking happened after I officially was like, I can't do this anymore. That was in June of this past year.
June,
Like
interesting.
exactly a year from the date that I had actually met him for the first time in person. And then
Mhm.
after that, I think this may have come up in the court deposition that I did. He did convince me to go to dinner. Like a few weeks later, he wanted closure. I was like, dude, I've got the closure I need. This is not. But anyways, it was awful. That was the last time I ever saw him in person, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I can't talk to you. Tried to cut it off, and then from that point on, it became nonstop. Like I would block him on every social media platform possible, and then he'd create another account just to be able to message me, and then it would be
Wow.
emails back and forth, and it was all from like, I can't go on without you, to like
Potts,
hurling
Potts,
insults again.
Talk,
and then
talk about
flowers.
talk about the $1 transactions. Talk about the $1
yeah,
transactions.
so-
Yeah, he was paying to talk to you.
It's actually so I had some friends in town for the weekend, and I was hanging out, and I woke up to go to my friend's house, and I had like $1 transaction from like my Venmo notifications, and it was from Kyle. And it's this big ass long message of like, this is the only way I can talk to
He
you.
didn't
I don't know if you'll even read this.
$1 per couple sentences. What
I'm
a
like-
dick.
I'm like, he had to like, and it cut it off, and then like a few hours later, I got another one, and it was a continuation of this message.
Oh,
Like, I know
God.
that you hate me, but like, I just can't do life without
That's
you.
scary, man. Eh?
I know that you hate me, but you should be with me anyway, because reasons.
God.
Why I'm asking
You know-
that question is if I might culminate that argument. Why, like, what the point I was trying to make? It's like it looked like it was desperate. That he was desperate that he wanted to move back in with you in your house so that he could somehow prove that he was living with you all the time and deny that
Yeah,
the
that's
service
usually-
ever
yeah.
happened.
Well, and I think I've
It's
made
a
this comment
couple
before.
things,
Like,
yeah.
it's ironically, it's weird because if he had, I mean, if it were true that he was trying to get back in, so he had some case for this trial that's going on, like he actually did the exact opposite. If he would have left me alone, he probably could have gotten away with it because I was like, I do not.
You had no
want
idea.
Let me ask you
in
this,
my
Ben, and again, take 2 seconds before you answer, okay? Because
Yeah.
I if you don't want to answer this, make sure you don't answer.
Do
'Cause
you
I'm
want
not-
me to start a
but-
timer?
Well, hang on. So the other day something happened when I was talking to you on Facebook in real time. Do you want to mention that, or do you want to
Sorry,
not?
repeat that question again. Sorry.
The other day when I was
I was
talking on
counting to
Facebook,
two.
yeah, and he was trying to count to 2. Isn't he adorable? He's so adorable. I'm telling you.
Sorry.
Do you remember we were talking in real time? Stuff was going on Facebook. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you want to mention anything about that? Up to you.
Oh yes.
Because it's creepy as shit to me.
Yeah, so once I had actually so I submitted I think it was brought up in the depositions that the harassment that I experienced from Kyle once he got wind of me communicating with Steve and the whole Twitter thing, and then that day it was nonstop harassment, and then it stopped. I think he kind of got the point that like I am actually involved in this case now. And I had no contact from Kyle whatsoever in the few months since Labor Day until literally 2 days before my deposition, I get a Snapchat message from him. And it was basically
What?
like trying to intimidate me.
Whoa.
It gets worse. Worse.
And
Was it like a really bad like photo of him looking like a 12-year-old edgelord? Like
No, it was more just like it was false humility, but it was an attempt, I guess, to kind of intimidate me.
Passive aggressive.
But then it's weird because you know how you can see people trying to talk to you before they hit enter?
Oh yeah, that was the previous thing.
That's what creeped me out.
and after the deposition, like I didn't hear from him for a few weeks, and then there became this point. Well, I had blocked him on, he creates multiple accounts, and then so with Snapchat, like if anyone who has Snapchat knows that once somebody is like typing you, it lets you know that they are typing, and then they'll eventually send a message. There were several days, and I was legitimately freaked out because I would see like this message on my phone, Kyle is typing, but then it would go away and then it would start again. And I was like, what?
How freaky is that? And this was happening when I was talking to Ben in real time.
I'm legitimately like afraid he's going to show up here or something. And I was like,
wow.
So I found a term that's actually rather fitting for Kyle and the way his behavior surrounding that is. And I believe the actual pronunciation is Okajna Kurva.
Is that Klingon?
What?
Translation, please.
Is that Klingon?
Desperate whore.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was so offended.
We have one specific word for that. Some people like those. I'll allude that in my own language later. Very classy words. Go on.
I'm not going to say the language that it is, but Chesh, Red, you should know.
Well, I don't, so I guess I'm a failure. Anyway, let me go ahead and read some super chats here because we have a backlog of super chats. So the first super chat is from Astronomy Live. And the super chat is Steve McRae, I want your babies. For $5.
The first or second ones, yeah, maybe.
Got the sexiest man on here back.
Do you want Steve McRae's babies, or do you want their?
He wants new ones. I think he wants new ones. I don't think he wants my existing ones.
Astronomy Live, would you like to explain the super chat for us, please?
If he wants, don't judge love, man. Don't criticize him.
Hey, listen. I'm not judging Astronomy Live, which is a total lie, by the way. I'm totally judging him all the time.
I'm just happy that Astronomy Live chose me over Ben. Fuck you all.
I think so. He just wants your DNA so he could replicate you.
I mean, so Astronomy Live, please tell us. Damn, that's quite a way to show your love for somebody.
And his mic is like he can't. Oh, there he is.
I'm here. I'm just waiting to explain. Somebody out there is impersonating me. Apparently, are you serious? You got a $5 super chat from me, or are you just pulling my leg here?
I'm blowing smoke up your ass, dude.
Oh!
You just want to make me feel good for a change.
All right, I take it back. Steve. I take it back.
Yeah.
Okay, Red's drunk.
Okay, here we go. Ilya Moon for $4.99 says puny shot. KJP and Kyle tears mixed with vape juice. Ugh.
And you have to drink the vape juice?
There was another one before that. I think Ilya sent another one. Which said puny shot, melted rubber and vape juice.
Yep, that's another one for $4.99. So thank you very much. Let's see. Kajun Crustacean says for $5 USD, we should send precisely one BK onion ring to Kyle when he's behind bars. No sauce.
Yes.
No sauce.
No sauce.
That's
yes.
just evil.
No sauce.
No sauce on that. Fuck
with
you.
a bite out of it.
Can we all get together at a bar and get drinks and also get like a blooming onion? Because
I love those.
So let's see. For $5 USD, we have Techatron. No BK in prison, which will be ironic given how many whoppers Kyle has put out.
Ooh.
And from Golden Unicorn for $2 in not real currency. Am drunk now. It's hashtag Steve's false.
She's not even buzzed. What the hell is she talking about?
I am drunk now and hashtag it's Steve's fault.
Manya, you're not even buzzed. I know when you're buzzed.
For $2 more
Really? I'm not drunk? Shit.
No,
for $2 more of not real currency from Manya, we have I am getting drunk on behalf of Steve. And for $2 more, and again, not real currency, we have yup, and yup, responding to what you said earlier, Steve.
About her being my witness about
yes.
Unirock not giving a crap at what he said was
Yep,
doing.
and yep.
I'm not making that up. Yeah.
Nope.
Absolutely. Ink Boy for €2 says Steve's bottom is still the more attractive one. So Benjamin Potts, you're gonna have to do some
You want to have a butt off?
exercises with your glutes.
Have a
We
show
are
off,
not having
Steve.
an ass contest.
You know what?
We're not.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
You want to see my ass?
Okay. Here we
Hey,
go.
dollars.
You're a dancer.
Okay. So I'm going to sing a song in the voice of Rand Campbell. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, he's better than yours, damn right.
Brand doesn't know who Rand Campbell even is.
Anyway,
Half your audience doesn't get that joke.
Hilarious.
it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's
Hilarious.
Anyway,
It's hilarious.
You have to be like the true OGs to get that reference. Anyway,
Yes.
Mortine
That's
Nielsen for $45 dick dollars. Hashtag no BK in prison round 2 ? Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Here we go. Get your crowns ready.
God damn. And for $5, OPT lawyer. Woo! Vindication!
OPT!
Yeah!
Yeah, by the way, I got to tell you something. I hate to do this to you, OPT, but because it's a private conversation, but I got to tell you, out of all the people I know, he was the least shocked. Okay. Just tell you right now.
Okay, whatever. Let's go. with
He's
it.
the least
Alright.
shocked. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that OPT is straight up shocked about is that I think that he's probably never seen anyone fuck themselves over so badly in any court that he's ever been involved in before. But was this a shock to him that Kyle got denied? No.
No, absolutely
all.
not. Absolutely not. We knew that the judge was going to look at this shit and go, "Are you fucking serious now, Kyle? You're actually for real? Are you fucking high?" It's like,
Are you fucking high?
are you fucking high? You expect
And
me
by
to
the way, I
buy
should-
this
I should note
garbage? Fuck off.
Because you didn't read the whole thing, and we're not gonna have time for it anyways. But there's a part where the judge makes it very clear he's going to have to decide, and not just one or the other, it could be both. But he's going to take it time to decide whether he's going to just send it to the DA for felony charges, which would probably be forgery, perjury, and submission of altered evidence, and could be other stuff. Or he could, I think, in theory, do a criminal contempt from the bench.
Mhm.
That he does have the empowerment to do that, or he could do both. Now, there will be a civil contempt, which will be jail, but a criminal contempt can be up to 2 years felony if it's that egregious. So I don't know what he had planned,
There's
but he
still
could do
some
that.
people.
Kind of an affront
I
to the
think
judge.
I think at
specifically.
this point, Steve,
Hey.
with everything he submitted to the court, it is egregious.
Yeah, well, he might
is
do.
egregious.
I don't know if he can do both. He might be able to do both because they're two different things. One's a criminal court contempt because the amount of egregious things that he did to Judge Gale's court, he has a right to do some criminality on that. He does have that empowerment. But if he wants to press charges as far as the DA for forgery and things of that nature, he also can submit it that way. He has to decide what he wants to do, but there will be some criminality at some point. I'm almost positive.
I want to give Boole a chance to speak. So Boole, by all means.
I was gonna say, it's very personal to do this to a judge.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine if he doesn't?
You have literally wasted over a year's worth of the court's time on this bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah, this judge he would be forever
In
branded
the
as weak.
middle of a fucking pandemic when
That's
there's
right.
way more important shit to get on with.
Yeah,
Well,
he
also,
is
You're a
definitely
piece
going
of
to do
shit,
something.
Kyle. You're a piece of shit, Kyle.
Hopefully, he takes into account the fact that Kyle's own lawyer, who used to work for the judge, bailed on him, and he wasted her time. And did anyone notice how
He
quickly
fucked her over.
Did
He fucked her
anyone notice
over.
how quickly?
I
she
hope all the
submitted-
people who donated
hang
to
on,
Kyle are asking for their money back. Just saying.
They won't. Hang on, Ben. What you were saying, Ben?
I was saying, did anyone notice how quickly after the order was uploaded to the court system, how quickly Scotty Lee Forbes sent out that she's sending notice to Kyle?
I did.
Yeah,
I
Oh
knew
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like, it was the same day. Well,
Yeah.
here's what happened on that. She had contacted Scott, right? She contacted our lawyer because Ben and I have the same lawyer, and my lawyer's like, yeah, we got no issue with this. Go ahead. We could have, but why would we? What issue would we possibly have?
Yeah, a lawyer is
but-
honestly trying to
Yeah,
withdraw
'cause
from a case where
she-
they have been misled. So why not? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
But it was already that day she was going to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
She
a big
was
thing when
waiting.
you're
Yeah, that gavel
She
was
was
hardly
waiting for
pounded
it.
before she's running for the hills.
Now, keep in mind
Oh,
though,
wow.
go back and look at my Twitter. And by the way, I do not delete tweets. The only tweets I delete if I make a spelling error, and I do it within about 3 seconds.
Yeah, I also do that all the time.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't go back and I don't delete tweets, so my record is complete. I said in August, I believe it was on the 9th or something, but in August I said she's probably going to withdraw, and Kyle made mockery of that. Said, "Oh, well, I said recuse actually."
Steve was right.
And he's like, "Oh, well, judges recuse themselves and lawyers withdraw." I'm like, "Okay, if you want to do, okay, fine, whatever. Either way, she's going to quit your dumb ass because you lied to her." And I said that back in August that was going to happen.
Shesh,
Yes,
do you
I
want to say
called that.
something?
Yes.
And people laughed at me for that, going,
Hang on,
"Oh, well,
Steve,
she's not going to do
Steve,
that." The
Steve.
fuck, he's not. Yes,
Steve, do
Josh.
me a favor. Shut the fuck up. Chesh, go.
Yes.
People who we knew were going to backpedal are backpedaling so far to say that the court hasn't decided who gets what in the courts.
Oh, we already know
Oh,
that.
you saw that? Okay, I sent you
Now
something.
the court needs
Yeah.
to decide.
So that's
who
that's
gets
that's what they're
As
that's
if
what they
Kyle
think.
would get-
Let
as
me
if
go on.
Kyle
Let me go
would
on.
get-
Let me
Let
go on
me
record.
finish.
Let me go on record. Let me go-
Whoa.
Shut
Everyone,
the fuck up and
everyone
let
shut the
Chesh.
fuck up. Everyone shut the fuck up. Everyone shut the fuck up. Chesh, continue, and then Sean Huffer.
As if Kyle would get fucking anything.
Right?
Now
Okay,
Sean
right.
Huffer, go.
I'd love to point this out to all of your little hate boner people, Steve. The court has already decided who's getting what.
Yes, they have.
The point we are at that just finished was Kyle trying to get that judgment set aside.
Yeah.
The court has already judged, and his set aside judgment or motion has been dismissed.
Yes. Yes.
There
the
is
only
no
thing we haven't
deciding
is the
who's getting
monetary.
what. It's already been decided.
We haven't asked for a monetary thing yet. We will after the contempt hearing.
Go
But
for
yes,
it,
here,
Steve.
let me
Go
tell you.
for
Let me tell you on record here. Kyle gets fuck all. There is no copyright. There is no percentage of the business.
The copyright
everything
is
goes in
probably
my
one of my
name.
favorites.
Kyle gets this.
He gets fuck all because he had breach of contract and breach of fiduciary duty. You don't get to have a repudiatory breach of that magnitude and get the contract still. And by the way,
No.
by the way, I actually have where he says that, congratulations, partner. We start talking about partnership. He wants to keep it as a partnership agreement. And you have people out there going, well, you never had a contract. Then why does Uni and Kyle keep lying to people saying, well, there's still going to be 50-50? Bullshit.
Bullshit.
It's like, you can't have it both ways, first of all. And second of
Just
all,
don't do
it
that.
was 50-50. Now it's not. That's how
Now
it works.
It's not.
That's the whole point of suing someone.
Right?
Like
Oh.
literally the entire point is
How
to make
dumb
it not
are
50-50.
these people?
Oh, and just to illustrate how fucking dumb Kyle was during this whole thing, he was given an opportunity to walk away and still get 50% of the show's revenues forever, and he chose to get sued instead.
That would
So
have been
he
called
decided-
settling. That literally would have been settling out of court. That was his opportunity. He passed
So,
that
yeah.
by long ago.
Mhm.
So instead of settling it out of the court, Kyle decided to sit on the judge's dick.
And let me ask you guys
Like,
this. How many ask you
let
this?
him sit on the
Pretty
judge's
much.
dick.
Out of all the shit that they've said,
I'm
how many of them? How much have they actually gotten right? Nothing. So why would
all.
anybody would believe anything that they say at this point? That shows a problem with your guys out there that think that, oh, Kyle's going to get this or that. Anybody who's pontificating on this case at this point, who has listened to Kyle or Unirock, you have recused yourself from any honest dialogue with me of any kind, of anywhere, on any video. Period. You're done.
But before
You just
we
excused
end this,
yourself.
Cheshire, do the thing. Do the thing. It's fucking nothing. Do the thing.
It's fucking nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey,
And by the way,
I've
this
got breaking
idiot.
news.
Uh-oh.
I got breaking news. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Unirock hashtag I'm not a coder. Guess what? Guess who just liked my video? Guess who just Guess who just liked a retweet of my video that you see playing right here. This little space station thing that I filmed using software I coded myself.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Musk.
I got it.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Good
Not a real-
shit. Good
not a
shit,
real
my
coder.
friend. Good shit. See, today's
By
has
the way,
been a really good day.
I just had one thing I wanted to say back to the how mental do you have to be with Kyle had the option to settle out of court. Can we just create a new dare program to keep kids off drugs with Kyle as the mascot.
dare you
This is your brain on drugs.
Like,
Oh,
I've seen those
there was
commercials in the
something that
80s.
Ben said in his very first interview that I wanted to ask him about. You mentioned about Kyle saying something about hooking up the Non-Sequitur show funds or his YouTube channel funds straight to you or into your account.
Yeah.
Can you maybe elaborate on that a little bit? Because I heard you say that and my ears went, what?
It was in context of like when I was trying to outline the fact that no, Kyle did not live with me. I never charged Kyle rent. He never offered to pay rent. It was in the context of whenever my roommate moved out and he pressured me into not getting another roommate because he wanted the privacy and obviously the manipulation that comes along with that. So he casually mentioned like he was going to hook up the funds that come from YouTube to my bank account to where that would be deposited to substitute for the lack of income that I had from the person moving out. I was like, no, you're not doing that. And it never was mentioned again, but it was a very casual thing. He's like, well, you can just get my YouTube money. I was like, nope, no, thank you.
So did you have any idea about what that YouTube money actually like entailed at that time? Or was it just something he threw out there to just maybe bait and hook?
I think I remember him throwing out a rough number. I don't even know, but at that point I was like,
You weren't familiar with the show.
Yeah, and at that point I was like, I don't believe a word you say. So.
Oh yeah, fair.
So I didn't really pay attention to the monetary amount. I was like, no, thank you.
Yes, but that's something that he offered. He essentially offered you the Non-Sequitur show money
100%.
that no longer exists as far as anybody is aware.
Yeah, he was basically mentioning that it was still getting residual income from.
Well, it still is currently.
Yeah, and I think those videos may watch more. But, yeah.
All right.
Well, like I said, the judgment will be good for 10 years, and it's renewable at 8% simple interest. And we might even ask the court possibly for a special taskmaster, where because there's criminality involved. I don't know the whole legalities on this, but we've been investigating what a special taskmaster would do in this particular case. Courts usually don't get involved in the judgments, but this is not a unique case.
Yep.
I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it further.
So guys, as you all are aware, Steve McRae has another hangout after this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to transition out of this hangout and into the other hangout that will be on Steve McRae's channel.
Wait a minute, we're transitioning now?
We're
Why did no one tell me?
Listen, AT2, I'm telling you right now, motherfucker.
I gotta get ready for it. I gotta set up.
Listen. The makeup has to be done. We have to do a quick, really quick wank. Get it out of your system.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the two
waterproof receptacles, that kind of shit.
I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna set it up with Heather. And then if you guys want to have it in this format as well, you guys want to join? Because I didn't know a whole bunch of people were joining. I had worked it out to do it with Heather. But, all right, it's fine.
I'll be busy having a great orgasm because of this.
Yeah,
so, yes.
All right,
and
I'll figure it out.
By the way, I just want to say, if the idea of me pleasuring myself offends you, go fuck yourself. Anyway.
And by the way, let me get this out there. I don't care if there's a dime. Kyle's going to prison. Fuck you.
Exactly. So with that, let's go ahead and go down the fucking line, and we'll start with Booleanator. Say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Well, I only gotta say this. Kyle, fuck you. Fuck you. I almost feel like showing an asset on this stream just because I can.
Perfect.
What would y'all think about that? No. Do you want me to show the asset?
Do it.
I always want to see ass.
Do it.
Wait. I'm talking to Steve. What would it be okay if I showed a Non-Sequitur show asset?
Sure, go ahead. I can't say no at this point. Anyways, I'd be killed.
Oh shit.
I trust you.
Well, you could.
Do your thing.
You're just not going to.
Correct.
All right. Well, here we go.
Like Booleanator listens to me.
He's deciding not to under duress.
Uh-oh.
Malicious compliance.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Copyright my ass. Go for
That's
it.
hilarious. Yeah, that by the way, that copyright stuff hasn't. That's going to bite him in the ass too. I think.
Yes.
His
Oh,
false
yeah.
flagging, DMCA stuff.
Rip his
That has not
ass
been
out.
forgotten. I assure you.
Yes, Astronomy Live. Say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Well, okay, to Kyle, I've said this before. I still am concerned that he after this complete disaster for him, that he may be even more self-destructive to himself. And I hope that's not the case. I hope he shows up to court and takes his licks. To Uni, hashtag I'm still not a real coder, but see, this is why your proposition of trying to go back and forth with me to generate content when you won't even watch the content I'm generating was not such a useful proposition for me. I don't have to rely on going back and forth with you. I actually generate good content that other people like. Now Elon Musk himself has liked it. So deal with that. Hope you enjoy your mediocrity.
Uh-huh. So good. By the way,
just a point of order.
Hang on, check out Astronomy Live's video of the space station. It's fucking amazing. Go ahead, Steve.
Point of order, and I'm going to take off because I got to get ready. But point of order, for Unirock to even reach mediocrity, he would have to work 10 times harder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to get to that level of being mediocre, he's not even at that level. But anyways, I'm going to say what I want to say and get the hell out, which is basically the same thing you guys said. Look, it's not over yet, but it's for all practical purposes. The dominoes are falling. We've been right all along. I'm not going to waste my time with these people that are just saying stupid shit like, oh, there's no money. He's still 50-50. Say whatever you want. All you guys are saying that are idiots. We were right from day one. Every narrative that they put out was wrong. I'm going to be going on my channel here in about 50 minutes or 40 minutes, and we're going to be showing some screenshots that didn't age very well, and some of the emails between myself, Kyle, and Bull that aged very well. And I want you to get you guys' opinions on this and some of the comments that people were making, and go from there, especially because I could tell you right now, Nate Brody, Unirock, Agrippa, Menace to Sobriety are the most dishonest people on the internet. I have no there's nothing good I can say about any of them, because they went out of their way not only to lie about me, but to lie about people that I cared about and affect them merely because they had a hate boner and the truth did not matter to them. And those are the kind of people that I do not ever want to be associated with. And those are the kind of people that I think plague the internet. And because of that, the whole Guardian Project kind of thing was kind of formed from people bullying people and cyberbullying. And so we haven't forgotten about that. We are going to be working with, hopefully, with the Guardian thing on Facebook, and hopefully still have Mark Pellegrino come in with Cheshire and I. Just don't know where it's going to be or when, but we're working on that. But I want to thank you guys for believing. From day one, a lot of you guys were like, yeah, Kyle has been lying. And then a lot of people that didn't want to believe that, some of them eventually came around. I have gotten some apologies, and people have said, you know what, I'm really sorry, and that's fine. But the people that have been from day one on Kyle's side and that refuse to ever look at the truth, they are beyond redemption. I will never have bridges with them. And when somebody says, about Steve burning bridges, let me just leave you this. I don't burn bridges. Other people burn bridges, and then I build bridges in other directions to people that I do care about. And that's what I've been doing, and that's why I have such an eclectic, extensive group of friends that I adore, because those are friends that have demonstrated themselves to be good people, not the ones that will change on a dime just because it helps their channel, right? Yep. I don't want to be around those types of people. So I'm out.
Peace.
See you guys in about 40 minutes.
All right. Cheshire, say what you guys say and get the fuck out.
I'm trying to find the video that Steve and I did covering the apologies. They weren't apologies, they were statements. Statements made by GE, his wife, and Jimmy Snow.
Well, maybe
so
wife. We're not sure yet.
Probably, maybe.
Partner, let's say partner. They're still living together, so they're partners. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that their relationship and its technicalities are not my problem.
Well, just to put out there, they might live in a state that has common law marriage.
Yeah, it's possible.
Actually, they do. They do. The question is whether or not the state that their ceremony was performed in allows felons to officiate weddings. That is the question. Fair question to have answered.
Anyway, go ahead, Josh. Sorry.
Ouch.
I enjoy that the chat is trying to troll me and they're not doing a very good job. But anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna be on the next stream or not. I guess we'll find out. But I have to go get changed, and I'm gonna see if I can find this video. So, bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Wait, my drink's done.
Hey.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
All right, AT2 Productions. Say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Not surprised by termination, just slightly annoyed that it's taken this long to get to it, because Kyle, you do have one thing to be thankful for, that this case was given to a judge as patient and lenient up to this point as he has been. So when the punishment is doled out to you, you better say thank you, Judge Gale, because it could be worse. And for those who were playing the game and wondering the language that I used earlier, it was Bosnian. Good night, everybody.
Benjamin Potts, say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Thanks, Reds, for having me on, and just I know Steve already left, but from the beginning, whenever this all came out, like the support that you both offered me. I mean, obviously, we have fun and we talk about like how ridiculous this case is, but I was the person who lived through the Kyle era, and so it took a lot of strength just to stand up to him, just, you know, in any way possible, but especially after all this. So thank you for your support, and sorry, Kyle's mom, but yeah, mama raised a bitch, Kyle. Have fun behind jail.
Hey!
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
And Manya, say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
For Kyle, with your history, you had someone like Steve who believed in reformation give you a chance. He went into a partnership with you, knowing that you came from wrong history, and this is what you did. You had a chance to turn around your life and make something good out of it, and this is what you did.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no sympathy from me. Yeah, no sympathy at all. And I hope now, after this, there's a time after which I think people should stop getting chances to reform, and this is the time now. I hope after this you never ever get a chance to reform, because you blew it when you had it. So F off. And to everyone who supported Kyle just to stroke their head boners, yeah, I hope you go down the drain of irrelevancy after this. I really hope. And one special message to Jason. Whoever I have sex with or I don't have sex with is none of your business, you bitch. So yeah. So to all those self-righteous, outraged people out there who are still trying to, look for scraps, literally beg for scraps to be relevant, still relevant at this point, fuck you. And that's from me. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
See ya. All right, Sean Hufford, say what you got to say and get the fuck out.
Well, I haven't really been talkative this time around because, this wasn't a surprise that it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time, and finally it did. It's vindicated everything that everybody's been saying, that hasn't been on Kyle's penis this whole time. People have been sharing a universal hate boner for Steve and anybody around Steve for a while now, and they've said a lot of shit that was just a bunch of crap. And this kind of indicates the fact that they're all full of shit. And to sum this up as best I can is always be careful when you use the words "so sue me" if you've done something wrong.
True. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess the only thing I have to say is to all the Steve haters out there, yeah, you guys backed the wrong horse. And I know that that's not going to stop you from hating on Steve. That's not going to calm your fucking hate boners down. It's not going to do anything for that. I still recommend seeing a professional because you're supposed to get that checked out if it lasts for more than 4 hours. But in this case, it's been lasting for a number of years. So yeah, get that checked out. So, but yeah, since I know that you guys are just gonna continue to hate and hate and hate some more, all I gotta say is, welcome to a world of hate.